esteemed people in the dais and participants. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me to this elite organization, about which I came to know only about a month back when they came to invite me for this program. You may be wondering that why a doctor is invited for this program. Even I was also asking the same thing. But few of them listened to my talk in another forum called the Indian Society of Quality. That's why they thought that yes, they'd like to see a different perspective from healthcare perspective. See, when I was having discussions just before the conference there in the room, I'm very happy to see a lot of entrepreneurs, MSME sectors, and a lot of entrepreneurs who have been exporting quality products to various industries abroad for a very long time. Probably that's the reason why quality was started in manufacturing sector very, very long time. I'll tell you a very simple example. In healthcare, the quality movement in the world started in somewhere around 2000 to somewhere 95 to 2000. And then in India, it started with 2005 when Quality Council of India started the National Accreditation Board for Hospitals. And 2005 only the quality movement started in India. Luckily, I became an assessor for that quality and visited close to 100 hospitals to assess those hospitals. And I learned a lot of quality. But I learned a different perspective of quality and lean management when I attended an industry seminar through CAI. And also a workshop on 5 years assessor course. I attended a 5 years assessor course without knowing what 5 years is about actually. Then I didn't become an assessor, obviously. But I learned a lot on 5 years, and with thanks, I found a good mentor, one Mr. Mukundan, who's an ABK AOTS, and he became a mentor for quality in Kaveri. And through that, we implemented a lot of best practices like 5 years, lean, Kaizens, QZ circles. So many things we have done it. And in fact, a few years back, our team started talking about applying for Deming. They said we got one or two guys from manufacturing sector and started the business excellence program. They started we should do Deming. I said, what is Deming actually? Imagine a few years back I asked, what is Deming or who is Deming actually? Then they said Deming is one of the top most quality awards. Then I realized that two companies in Trichy, my native town, were awarded Deming Award 15 years back. And I was so ignorant, I didn't know who Deming, what Deming is, and so that's the reason why manufacturing sector has done extremely well. And really, we should all be proud of this particular sector and this forum actually. And of course, that's of course, the quality in healthcare is something which has been there for a very long time, driven by doctors through their clinical excellence. But in other sectors, there are a lot of other sectors in which quality can be implemented. Madam was talking about women involvement actually. Madam, I would like to say that there is not even a single women representative on the dais. You should change that actually. And very few women participants here, but I can proudly say that 70% of our employees are women, nurses and other people actually. It's not only Kaveri, most of the hospitals, I can say that. And women is very, very particular about quality, and of course, she will light the lamp better than what we have done actually. So, initially doctors were driving quality. When we want to do it, as when a patient has to come out of the surgery or any problem, the nurses and other paramedicals are more important. Then this quality system started doing well. And Dr. Dev from ISRO spoke very, very eloquently about how even a nanoseconds matters. And we should all be very proud of ISRO because they landed the probe in the moon at a cost lesser than Interstellar movie actually. Okay, lesser than Interstellar movie actually. And same thing I say about healthcare also. When you started exporting auto components, other things to US and Germany, we started exporting good doctors way back in 1960s actually. Our healthcare institutions, Madras Medical College, all those people exported a lot of good doctors. But over a period of time, we built good healthcare institutions in India. So patients started coming here for treatment because our cost is very less compared to what is there in Western countries. The quality is almost same. A simple example, I'll say, with that I'll close it. Same, a bypass surgery which is done for heart attack, a bypass surgery which is done in any Western country cost you somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000, more than 40 to 50 lakh Indian rupees, more than 40 to 50 lakhs minimum actually. Indian rupees, that's a cost. So that's why patients started flocking from other countries to here, because average bypass surgery in a hospital like ours for a cash paying patient or an insurance patient cost 2.5 lakhs actually. The surgeon is the same surgeon who has been trained in other institutions, delivering the same quality, mortality rate, everything. The outcomes are same, but the cost is more than less than 1/20th of what is being done there. When we started doing that, cardiac surgery for 2 to 2.5 lakhs for a cash paying patient, government came up with a scheme, insurance scheme, and said that you need to do surgery for 80,000 rupees, cardiac surgery. All of us were wondering, 80,000, how can you cut down so much? Of course, we can't be treating them like guinea pigs. The same quality of care has to be given. Only difference is the cash paying patient may be in the room, the scheme patient will be in a common ward. Apart from that, the same nurse, same doctor, same surgeon, same operation theater, same suture materials, everything. So, in fact, at that point of time, so the beating heart surgery was coming up. What is beating heart surgery? During cardiac surgery, you just freeze the heart for 1 to 1.5 hours. You just put in some fluids, so the heartbeat stops for 1.5 hours, so that surgeon is able to do the surgery peacefully, and then patient recovers from that, and then patient is getting discharged. That's what happened. But to freeze the heart for 1.5 hours and patient recovering from that, all those things cost a lot of equipments and a lot of money. We analyzed the average consumables cost and drug cost for a cardiac surgery was somewhere around 60,000 rupees. Imagine how can you do a surgery for 80,000 rupees? That was not possible. So then that's when beating heart surgery was practiced in Western countries. So our surgeon got trained from that and started doing beating heart surgery. Not only from Kaveri, I'll say most of other hospitals started doing beating heart surgery. And beating heart surgery, the consumable cost came down by 50%. What we did for 60,000 rupees came down to 30,000 rupees or 25,000 rupees. By doing that, we were able to offer the same kind of a cardiac care to a very poor patient. Today, I can proudly say that 50% of surgeries done in our hospital, in a tier 2 town like Trichy, Salem or Tirunelveli, everywhere we do surgeries, it's 50% of our surgeries are done under government insurance scheme, free of cost to the patient, whereas the government pays us a subsidized price actually. If you really focus on it, as Dr. Dev was telling that precision is very important, even 0.001% error is not allowed. Error in an automobile industry will lead to recall. At least you can recall. Error in my cardiac surgery, I cannot recall the patient after he passes away. That's a problem. And apart from all these clinical excellence and other things, we also focused on a lot of non-value added activity reduction. This particular terminology I learned from manufacturing industry. We didn't know that. So we want to reduce the waiting times. We want to reduce a lot of, we started doing a lot of automations and a lot of interesting things we started focusing on it. And ultimately we focus on the bottom line also, because we have to be a commercially viable organization. We focus on the bottom line also. An interesting thing which we have done is we have automated the checklist, a digital QR code based checklist, where in fact our team has presented that they've saved close to 15 lakh rupees on paper alone every year by digitalizing our checklist actually. So even automating a checklist to doing a beating heart surgery or whatever it is, it's very important in the healthcare industry, because we're a heterogeneous workforce. The cardiac surgeon who's working, who's operating is at least 25, 30 years experience post-surgery fellowship, whereas the person who is assisting is a nurse who may not know English, who came from a village background, and the guy who's cleaning our operation theater is not an educated guy. Probably most of them are North Indians, don't know Tamil also. So we need to have quality right from the topmost person, cardiac surgeon, the nurse who is assisting it, or the housekeeping person who is cleaning the operation theater, ensuring that we do an infection-free environment. I'm really happy that the organizers introduced me to this forum, and I hope all of you get very enthused by Dr. Dev's introduction and what they've done in ISRO. Everyone can do, and a brief interaction with the entrepreneurs in the room gave me really a lot of confidence that, of course, we are doing extremely well in exporting good quality products to the entire world. Thank you all once again for being part of it.